Good evening and welcome back. So it's a nice sunny Saturday evening after it's been raining most of the day, and I've just come out to the local woodland for a couple of things really, just to get out of the house because I've been stuck in the house. To have a look at a new knife I've got with a homemade sheath. I've got a travel camera which I lent off my friend Aid. I just want to set up and see if I can find the badgers that are living, or see the badgers that are living around by my camp. And I'm going to start a little project to improve my natural shelter, which I'll go through when I get there. But it's a lovely, lovely evening now. The sun's out, you can see it just over the trees there. So it's not too cold. I'm also rocking a new purchase, which is a Ridgeline hoodie, which I've invested in some Ridgeline kit the last kind of couple of weeks. I've got the monsoon jacket, the waterproof 10,000 hydrostatic head, which I'll do a review of once it's been through some rain. I've got this fleecy jacket, hoodie, a base layer, a cap, a new cap. So yeah, so I'm gonna do some reviews of some of the Ridgeline kit because I've seen some really good stuff about it. So once I've used it and stuff, then I'll obviously do a review and stuff. But when I get to camp, I will bring you back and show you what's cracking tonight. I'll probably have a quick hot chocolate. It's about 7 o'clock and kind of sundown's about 20 past 8, something like that, 8:30. So, and then I'll probably have about another half an hour's kind of light after that as well. I have brought my head torch and an extra layer in case it drops a bit cold. So, but yeah, so I will bring you back in a bit once I get to camp. So, just walking to camp, as you can hear, birds out and sounding very nice. But the woodland's starting to come kind of alive now, as you can see. Give you a spin around. So we've got some young white poplar coming up, stingers are coming up, we've got brambles obviously starting to come up, never really go away. Got plantain just here, broadleaf plantain, obviously dandelions coming up. This one here is called the purple or red dead nettle. So it is a nettle, but it doesn't sting, it's very soft. We've got cleavers coming up, which are these here. Sticky willy. Thistles coming up still. Cow parsley, which is all coming up. So yeah, it's starting to come up and alive again. I know there was a patch of last year, I can't remember if it was here or around the other side, of horseradish, but I think that's it there. So that there is horseradish, and there's a big patch of it around here. These little star-shaped ones, I think are a type of geranium. But yeah, the blackthorn's coming out now. So yeah, it's we got last year's teasels just here. So the new ones will grow this year. What else we got? Yeah, we've got the dead nettle here again. So yeah, doesn't sting you. So yeah, local woodlands, got willows here. I think it's grey or white willow, starting to get the leaves back on. So, but yeah, it's all starting to come. Silver birch trees just over there, all coming back to life. And yeah, the woodlands, hawthorn just here is starting to come back to life. So I think I might go this way today, because I normally go in the woodland just there, but yeah, I'm gonna have a little wander down here. They put this new track in recently, which has improved the track for normal people walking, but you can see the size of the hardcore they've used. I don't like walking on it, I'd rather walk on the grass. Yeah, because I don't like walking with those big rocks underneath. So, well, yeah, we've got all the trees coming out now. Sycamore starting to come out. Hazel. So always tell a hazel by the really soft, like furry leaves and the shape of them. So yeah, it's starting to come out. Unfortunately, it sounds like the motorway is quite busy, so hopefully my mic will work and kick in and it'll cut out some of the noise and stuff. So, but yeah, this is just a local woodland over in Warsaw where I live. So you can just see how many different types of plant there are. The blackthorn just here for the sloes. I didn't get to make any sloe gin last year. I have got some gin saved from a very posh gin I brought at the Bushcraft show a couple of years ago. So I think I'm going to make some sloe gin this year when it comes time. It's like August time, isn't it? So, but yeah, so I'm just going to carry on to camp now. And yeah, it is quite wet over here today because of the rain earlier. So so I have got my just very lightweight gas cooker with me just for a quick brew, which is one of the BRS, I think it is, or one of the versions of that. So but the plan is hopefully to see the badgers tonight with this camera, and I think this here leads from where my camp is, and it's a game trail, and I'm sure it's badger. So just a couple of the footsteps I've found in the mud. So yeah, I will bring you back when I get back to camp, but just thought to show you that just going over your local woodland really helps you tree identification. This one here, this big kind of bushy, is a dogwood. So it's more of a bush than a tree, but yeah, it's looking very nice at the minute. I think this one's here, it's a black bud, which is the only black bud. I think this is ash. So they're not leafing just yet. So, but yeah, I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, so I hope you can hear me okay. So plan for this evening is, so my shelter here, the roof isn't obviously too waterproof, and obviously now there is moss starting to grow on it, which I quite like, some of the sphagnum moss. So hopefully that'll carry on growing and stuff, and then I can add some more foliage to this when I finally come and stay over here when the bracken comes back up. But to keep it waterproof for now, I cut a load of hazel stays the other day, which is just here, and I found the plastic wrap that you put around like pallets and stuff around by a shop. So the plan is to cut these stays to the length of this shelter here across the top, and then cut some stays that go down as long as they're at the back, and I'm gonna put them into like a rectangle kind of frame with some cross members, and I'm gonna wrap the whole thing with this wrap, so one way and the other way, so long ways and short ways, to create like a waterproof roof basically. And all I'll do is I'll just make it so I can stand it up inside there and kind of tie it to the corners. I'll leave some bits sticking out at the top so I can tie it up. So that's the plan anyway. So I'm going to start that in a minute. My little waterproof shelter for all my wood and bits and bobs is a cheap Temu purchase, which was doubled over, and it's yeah, it works all right. It had no eyelets on the end, so I just put some little rocks in the corners and tied the green string round. For the camera, which is going to be what I'm going to do. Oh, it's starting to come up now with this K parsley. So the badger run is not Raja. The badger run is here, and it runs down there. I'm not sure if these are active sets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up on this tree here, pointing that way, but maybe the tree behind it, I'm not quite sure, so the camera's not visible from the track, which is right up there, and then I can kind of have a look. I'll come back first thing tomorrow morning and get it and check, see if we got anything. So I'm going to crack on and get this all measured up, and then yeah, probably have hot chocolate in a little bit. Okay, so the knife tool I'm going to be using to do this is it's the Wegner Ranger series. I think it's a 72 or 71, but yeah, it's got quite a decent saw on it. It's obviously this kind of same company as Swiss Army knife. So decent saw, nice decent locking blade on this one, so it is a locking blade. But for what I'm going to do now, it's probably a little bit safer than the normal tools. Okay, so plan is I'm going to take some of the thicker hazel, which is this one, and should be another thicker one here somewhere. Yeah, that one. No, I've got that one. So I'm going to take these two straight as possible ones, and they're going to be the top and the bottom, and I've got some thickish ones as well for the sides. So I'm going to measure them up, get them cut. I'm going to put some notches on the corner, just some square notches to connect it all together and to tie it with the green string. Okay, so what I've done with the bigger, thicker sticks is I've put two lines in, and now I'm just going to create like a square notch. So I'm just going to use the blade of the knife to carve out the wood in between to create, as much as I can, a notch for the wood to sit in, the thinner ones. So I'm just going to take the knife and just, I don't want to make it doesn't be great, because I'm gonna lash it all with some green string anyway, so it doesn't need to be drastically deep. So I've done that one, and this one exactly the same. I'm just gonna nibble out. This end of the stick is a bit more dead than the other end, so just pushing away from myself is just nibbling out just a bit of material, just to create somewhere for the other stick to sit a little bit. It hasn't got to be perfect, because it's only going to be supporting its own weight. The plastic wrap weighs nothing, it's negligible. So I've done a couple of little notches there. I might take out a bit more of that one. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then same as this one. So this stick is a bit rotten, to be honest. I didn't realise when I cut it down, but as I say, it's only really supporting its own weight, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, this end's really soft, so I'm going to have to be careful when I'm tying this up. I'm going to put some cross members in as well to help support it. So what I want to do is I want to get it all laid out on the floor, get the green string, which is just here, which is the miniature green string, and yeah, get tying the square in, and then I'm going to put the side lashings in as well. So the knot I'm using is a very simple Canadian jam knot, which I learnt from Paul Kirtley, which kind of locks down on itself at the Staffordshire Bushcraft weekend, followed by some square lashing. So I don't need as much sticking out this end. So what I'm going to do is wrap it around the stick. Your working end, your standing end's off to the side. Your working end, you're just going to tie an overhand knot over the standing end. And then I'm going to tie a stopper knot in the working end, with some tail left over, which you'll see why the tail in a minute. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen off this knot slightly, slide it up the standing end until the jam knot is close to that knot. So the stop knot is close to the overhand knot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this one in, and I'm going to pull that nice and tight so that stopper knot locks onto that knot, and I'm going to just pull it tight a little bit. I'm going to release it off, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the knot back on itself. Now what I'm going to do is pull down on the standing end, and it will lock off, and you say it holds in place. Now this tail end you're going to use to tie off the square lashing. So all I'm going to do now is just basically cross round, so like that, like so, around a couple of times on the X side, and then I'm going to wrap it around one stick and then wrap it around the other side. This is a very simple knot and lashing. So once I've gone through around a couple of times, making sure my tail's still sticking out, I'm just going to wrap it around the actual X itself. So you're going around the outside of the X. Keep the pressure on, and that pulls everything nice and tight on the X. And all you do is just bring this on top, and then what I do is I tie an overhand knot. But what I do is on the knot here, instead of going once, I go twice round, so it makes like a bit of a constrictor knot. Then when you pull it tight, it kind of holds it in place a little bit. And then same again, 1, 2 wraps on the overhand knot, and that locks everything in place. And then got my knife here, I'm just going to cut the tail ends off. And that is a simple, very strong lashing. So I'm going to do the last corner now, then I'm going to put the cross members in. So as you can see, I've got the rectangle done up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select some quite thin but long cross members. So with hazel, you only need something as thick as your thumb to get a very strong, very strong, dense, stiff piece of wood. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lash one. Doesn't matter if it doesn't go all the way. I might have a longer piece than that. Do I have a longer piece? Yes, I do. So I've got a quick bit longer piece. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to lash an X like so, just to give it a bit more rigidity and support. So I'll lash the 4 sides, and I'm probably going to lash the middle as well and get that done now. Okay, so I've got my rectangle and the 2 support beams in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lean it against this tree here. I'm going to start wrapping it. So I'm going to get you set up, and then I'm going to show you what the plan is. Okay, so the plan is, this is the frame. Just tied it off to a tree with a simple, just one wrap around the tree, and then just a simple knot here just to hold it off the tree a little bit. So hopefully this works. This stuff has been sat out in the rain for a good while, so it's a bit battered. There's some cuts and stuff on it, so it might not roll off the roll properly. I have got some more that I found in the car, which I didn't bring with me. I thought I'd try this one first. Now, as you can see, it's not coming off the roll properly. I think because it's got dinked and battered and probably drove over in a car, it's not fully coming off the roll. It's leaving little holes, look. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this for today. My frame's up and done and ready. I'm going to leave it where it is and come back tomorrow to carry on with that. But yeah, the plan is basically I'll use the wrap, tie it off in one corner here, and just go round like so to create basically a waterproof roof. So I'm going to go that way first. I'm going to turn it the other way around, and I'm going to go the other way. But while it's up, I might just tidy up the ends and stuff. Yeah, so it fits in the shelter, hopefully. Okay, so I am starting to lose light a little bit, so I'm just going to go through now my new knife. Okay, so this is the knife itself. It didn't come with this sheath. This is something I've been trialing today, is a PVC sheath. You treat it like Kydex. Same thing, warm it up, put it in a kind of a Kydex, what you call it, a clamp, like a foam clamp, and yeah, it's worked pretty well. So that's the sheath. As you can see, it does stay in pretty well. But this is the knife. It's the Brissa Necker 70. It's a Finnish make of knife, stainless steel. It's 12C27, which, to be honest with you, I don't know much about different steels. I just know stainless and carbon steel, but for what the reviews are, it's a good stainless steel. So the knife itself, I'll put the measurements up on the screen, but it's not a massive knife, as you can see. So in my hand, I haven't got massive hands, but it's nice. It's got a nice little choil there, finger grip, so you can get your finger in, get your thumb on top of it to give you some power. It's under 3 inches, the blade. I think it's like 2.5 inches or 2.3 inches. Very lightweight. It's full tang, as you can see. It was only on Henny Haynes, £53. All the other versions with a different, this is like a red micarta, all the other versions with a different handle, black, green and other ones, were 70 odd quid. So I don't know why this one was 53, but I kind of like the red, something different. I haven't got red, I only do green. The reason I brought this is I've got the TBS Lynx, the big one, and the compact. I just wanted something a little bit smaller to pop in my pocket. So in this, it does sit in my pocket quite nicely, because it's quite a thin profile and very light. You can't really tell. I will do a video on this PVC knife sheath, but I am kind of still in the testing stage of how to do it properly and the rivets and so on. So, but yeah, but it's a nice little knife. It's kept in place well with the sheath. It does come with a leather sheath, and that's the one thing I am disappointed with it about, is the leather sheath. It's not great. It doesn't fit very well. I have tried to wet form it a couple of times and it's still not brilliant. But the knife itself has got a 90-degree spine for the ferro rod, which is nice. It's not a Scandi grind. It's just a normal flat grind, not flat grind. I'll put it on the screen now. Just the normal grind. It's easy to sharpen with a sharpening little sharpening V-shaped one. I have got one that I use on my compact. But for 53 quid, posted next day, finished knife. It is really nice little knife, to be honest. I haven't used it too much yet. I've used it for a few little bits in the garden and stuff, and cutting bits and bobs. But once I've used it properly and I've done a few bits with it, cooking and everything, and a few, might try and do a tri-stick as per usual with a new knife. It's quite small, so it might have to be a smaller tri-stick. But to live in your pocket as a fixed blade, so no one can see it when you walk in the woodland, I think it's a nice little knife, and the little PVC pouch does work quite well, which I'm pretty happy with. Once I've tried it some more, I will do a bit more review on it and using it, and I mean, you could batten with it, I reckon, because it's quite a thick like spine. If you look at it, it's quite a thick, probably like 3mm spine all the way through, so it's a nice thick blade. It's just obviously quite small. So, but yeah, I will be doing some trial and testing with it over the next few weeks. I'm probably going to have a quick brew now, because it is starting to drop, the light is. So I've just got my bushcraft satchel, which is just behind me, with my few bits in it. I am getting bit by little flies at the minute, which I forgot to bring my fly, my midgy stuff with me. So I might, if these don't bugger off, I might call it a night a bit earlier, to be honest. So, but yeah, I'm going to crack on and have a brew, I think, hot chocolate, and then I'll get the camera set up just before last light. Now I have forgot my lid for my titanium cup, because I took my Trangia cooker out and I forgot it's in with the little pouch that the Trangia and my big orange cup's in. So it's going to have to just turn it up high, and it warms pretty quick, this cooker, because it's very direct flame. It's perfect for warming a brew up. So the hot chocolate I'm going for is just the British Army hot chocolate. It does say you need 500ml, which I hope I've put around about, where's my measurements?
Yeah, I put about 500ml in that. So yeah, so I'm just going to get this hot chocolate on and then have a recce for the camera. Loving my TBS stainless steel water bottle, brilliant bit of kit. So hot chocolate is done. It took about 5 minutes to boil with no lid on. But a little tip I always do is when I've used a gas cooker, this is from a bad experience, is once it's done, I turn it upside down so the hot gas cooker is at the bottom. The reason being, when I was a scout, 20 years ago, well, 22, 23 years ago, I was cooking in the morning, packing up to do a walk or whatever, and I had a gas cooker, and we was in a rush, and I picked it up by the metal bit, and it was still red hot, and it turned the ends of my fingers like white instantly. So it's just a reminder for me to not touch it until it's cooled down. And obviously in wet grass or damp ground, the ground will kind of take away the heat from the cooker. Okay, so while my brew cools down, let's talk camera. So I've no idea what this one is. It's a Victur, VICTUR, probably off Amazon. So I got this off my mate Aid, trial camera. So it takes 8 AA batteries, and as you can see, it's got a little screen on the inside. It is IR, so it will pick up at night. You can set it to go off with a sensor, so it'll only come on when it senses something moving. So hopefully, if I can work out how to get this from the camera to my phone, which I think I've got like a little dongly thing that I can use to put the memory card into to download it, hopefully we might catch something tonight. So I'm going to go and put it up now before it gets too dark, and I'll show you once I've put it up. That's a beautiful hot chocolate. Okay, so it's starting to get quite dark now, so you might not be able to see for much longer. So that there is the trial camera in the middle of the screen. It's pointing at the badger sets, which are all there. So I've tested it, it works. So hopefully I'll see what we catch tonight. It's a lot brighter on the phone than it actually is right now. So I'm going to finish off my brew, because I'm going to start heading back to the car in a minute anyway. So finish off my brew. I'm going to come back first thing tomorrow morning, so I will add that footage onto the end of this video of me coming back to get the trial camera, and hopefully if I can work out how to do it, there'll be a clip at the end if I actually catch anything. I'm going to try and stash this in different parts of this woodland, and I'm away at a woodland with 112 Survival. We've booked his woodland down in Telford by the Wrekin, so I'm going to take the trial camera then, because there's deer and everything in that woodland, so hopefully we can catch something then. So I'm going to leave this video here. I'm going to come back tomorrow afternoon, maybe. I'm helping out Aid tomorrow with a few bits, so I might come back Sunday morning to carry on with my camp upgrade. And hopefully maybe in a couple of weeks, now it's summer, I will come and stay over here, and yeah, because I didn't get a chance in the winter, to be perfectly honest. So I will see you tomorrow morning, hopefully getting this camera. So it should come on now, hopefully.
Good morning. It's about 6:20 on the Saturday morning after I dropped the camera. So it's a very nice, brisk morning. It's not too cold. So yeah, I'm just heading back to the camp to go and retrieve the camera. I hope it's still there. Retrieve the camera to have a look, see if I captured anything. So, but I'm at my mate Aid's house today, helping him do some bits in his garden. So I'm up early, had a shower, sorted my life out. So yeah, I'm just going to head over there now and see what I've captured or not captured. So I've just got to camp, and I'm gonna hopefully find the camera here.
and see what was on it. Doesn't look like anybody's been in, so a little stand still stood up, which I can sort tomorrow. I'll finish tomorrow. Let's have a look. Yep, camera's still there. There it is on the tree. So I'm gonna go and get it, and then I'll let you know what's happened. Okay, so I've got the camera, and there is badgers on it. That set must be active because there's 2 shots of 20 seconds of a badger. So yeah, that's pretty cool actually. I think next week what I might do is I might come down after work late again and set it up somewhere else. There's another set of holes right next to the this one, so I might set it up again and then come back in the morning before work and grab it and see what I can capture. But yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Well, I'll try and put it on the screen now in a minute, so so you can see if I can work it out again, download it onto my phone. If not, it might be taking a picture of the screen, which I know isn't brilliant, but it is what it is. So but yeah, works pretty well. Okay, so hopefully the footage has played now. It's only for like 40 seconds of the badger. So so I'm gonna leave the video here. I originally said it's only gonna be a quick 20-minute video, and obviously it's turned into a normal length video for me. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Please go to TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and find Roughwood Outdoors, and yeah, I'll post a lot of shorts and TikToks and tips and tricks and stuff. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you again soon.